Okay, so I noticed right away I missed page 216 yesterday, didn't I? And so we'll do it today. Today's lesson might be a little bit longer, but it's our last one. So we'll do all this together and get you all caught up to page 219 today. So I promised you yesterday that we would go over these things that you did yesterday and recheck them on today. So I'm going to do this page first, just simply because if I flip back to the old page, I'll lose all this stuff and then I'll forget where I was. All right, so go up to number 7 on 215 and let's see if you got everything. All right, and I'm going to make sure I have my answers here so I look like Alex Trebek with all the answers. Okay, here we go. I like to hear my Aunt Grace read the poem, Flow Gently, Sweet of Afton by Robert Burns. Oh, a word we don't use much. All right, so this is talking about a poem. So I like to hear Aunt Grace read the poem. So this is a poem. So once right away, I want to put that in quotations because poems go quotations. And we're going to capitalize the words. Okay? I think that's 3 lines, isn't it? Technically. And then I need a, no comma. I don't need a comma between the end of that poem. But I do need to capitalize Robert Burns, right? All right. Warren Burger was the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. Okay, Warren Burger was capitalized. He's the Chief Justice of U.S. and then Supreme Court. And don't forget, they also need periods after them. U and S. All right, number 9. We heard the president's speech on the television. Oh, did I do that one with you? I did do that one. So you're just doing 7 and 8. All right. Go down to using verbs, number 6. We had sat in our seats, for half an hour before the program began. Begun would need a helping verb. We had already eaten, our dinner when you came. The men raised the flag. I got to read the rest of the sentence. While the band played the Star Spangled Banner. Pioneer mothers laid their babies. They laid them down in handmade wooden cradles. Thomas Jefferson said, I have sworn upon the altar of God. Okay? All right, now you were to diagram these two, and I'll try to fit this on here. I don't know where I can write right there. How far? Oh, I can write pretty far out there. All right, so 3 and 5. I'm going to erase everything, get rid of that. Okay, so 3 and 5. So let's, I want to mark some things in here. So we have of the small church, right? And we have is the verb. Soul winner would be a predicate nominative. And pastor would be the subject. All right, let's see if you diagrammed it right. We have pastor. And I might have to write some stuff really small. Is, slanted line, soul winner. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, that's not one word, so it's just winner. All right. So now let's put all the extras. I think that's all you had to put. But we can put the. And of that small church. Okay, so we have of right here. We have church here. And we have that and small down here. A good soul. A good soul. So that's everything. I can't get that so on there. My screen won't let me write over there. But I think that's everything in that sentence. So how'd you do on that? I wish I could talk to you and see how you did on that one. All right, let me try the next one. I'm going to erase that. All right. The man behind the second base caught the ball. So we have a prepositional phrase. Behind, how come, there we go, behind the second base. But here we have an action verb, right? Here's the subject, and he caught a ball. So that would be a direct object. All right, so on that one, we have a man, and he caught a ball, right? We have the man, and he's behind the second base. So I'm going to make this long out here. We got behind, base, the second, because those two words describe the base. And he caught the ball. There you go. All right, now let's go to page 216, which I missed yesterday. I'll probably send out a text so you guys know that. All right. More review. 216. Let me look at the rest here. Yeah, this is all review. 218 and 219. Wow, lots of review. So if I were you, I'll go over all of these real quick. And if you don't want to do it all in one day, I fully understand. Or if you just ask your parents if they feel it's too much, you can just do a few in each, maybe. How about we do that? All right. Here we go. I'll assign just a few. And if you want to do the extra, you can. That sounds fair. All right, so in 216, if the sentence contains no error, write correct. If the sentence does contain an error in use of verbs, write the correct verb in the blank. Or how about this? How about we just take the time, we'll go through these pages and we'll do it together. It's our last day. I want to make sure you get it right, okay? And because this is all review. All right, Army men and civilians digged the Panama Canal. They didn't dig, they dug. We have already, not ate, eaten. The cattle were lying in the shade of the trees. This one is correct. Have you ever wore? It would be ever worn. Several famous paintings were stolen from the museum. I do believe that one is correct. Mr. Thomas has gone to Italy. That is correct. Has gone is correct. During the flood, 3 people nearly drowned. All right, we learned that drowned is not a word. It's just the word drown with ed. I sat the groceries on the kitchen table. Remember, sat is you sitting down. You set the groceries down. He throwed the ball. No, he didn't throw the ball, and the catcher caught it. He threw the ball. Andrew done it without thinking. No, Andrew did it. All right, subject and verb agreement. Remember, if you have a plural subject, you need a plural verb. If you have a singular subject, you need a singular verb. The thing to remember with verbs, the S is opposite. Remember, S in nouns often make them plural. S in verbs are singular. So if I look at macaroni and cheese, that's one dish. Even though it's 2 things, it's one dish. So one, and we need the makes. And you can hear these. Neither eggs nor butter. It's one or the other. So you look at the last one. Butter is singular. So you want to use the word was. When you use nor, you just go by the last one, okay? His boots and his saddle, that's 2 things. So are. the car with all its accessories. Don't, now this is why we get rid of prepositional phrases. Don't go by that, all right? Get rid of it and don't even consider it for the verb. The verb has to agree with the subject, not a prepositional phrase. So the car was. If you don't get rid of that, it almost sounds like it should be were. The car with all the accessories were sold. So you would look at accessories and think, oh, that's plural. I need a plural verb. But no, it's in a prepositional phrase, okay? Jury is one group, so we would use decides. There, with the word there, we don't use, we don't consider that. That's not the subject. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't consider it, all right? After it is actually the subject. One, were, there, yep, the word the one is, I'm looking at, here's a prepositional phrase. Okay, their sentences are not great sentences. When I was in college, when we wrote papers, man, teachers would go off on you if you used the word there at the beginning of a sentence. So anyway, it's not the subject, although it looks like the subject. There is never the subject. So don't look at it for the verb. Use the word one after it, and one is. I said all that to say that. 9 weeks, more than 1 week, are. Trees on the left side of the street. Now you see how street is singular, but that's a prepositional phrase, so ignore it. Trees have, plural, plural. Books make, plural, plural. Ethan said that he, singular, doesn't. You look at the word does, ends in an S, it's singular. All right, next page. More to come. The news, plural, actually, I take it back. That S there is not making it plural. News is just singular, and it comes. It's one thing. Campfire girls, they're definitely plural, so we're. Civics, plural. Oh, no. Sorry, civics might be plural, but civics as a subject, see, it's a subject, is singular, so is. Here are or is the golf clubs. So you need to do the same thing with here as you do with there. Go by the golf clubs. The golf clubs are. Right, here we go. $6.54 was or were the cost. Well, we're counting that as one lump sum, so we'll use was. All right, now we're going to do predicate nominatives, direct objects, indirect objects, and direct addresses of the dark letters, right? Yeah, the words in bold. All right, so Mr. Thomas is our new governor. So we have a state of being verb here. So if I see a state of being verb, I'm instantly going to think predicate nominative or predicate adjective, and governor is a noun, so it's a predicate nominative. Daniel, have you seen my watch anywhere? First of all, Daniel is a direct address. You have seen, I'll just underline it twice, is an action verb. So what have you seen? The watch, direct object. Did you send Joe a letter? All right, you did send, action verb, Joe a letter. So you sent what? A letter. So letter is the direct object. Who did you send the letter to? Joe. Joe is the indirect object. Been doing these with the 5th graders. The boys gave their mother an orchid on Mother's Day. So gave is an action verb, and the reason I'm finding the verb first in this one is because it determines whether you're looking for direct objects and indirect objects or predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives. So the boys gave, what did they give? They gave an orchid to their mother. See how that works? Martin Luther reawakened, action verb. So he awakened what? Europe. There's no indirect object or whatever because this is a prepositional phrase. Our class sent the missionary $95. So sent is an action verb. What did you send? You sent dollars to the missionary. Were you sick yesterday, Ron? That's a direct address. Abraham was the son of Terah. So we have a state of being verb here. So Abraham was son of Terah, doesn't count for anything because it's a prepositional phrase. So it's a predicate nominative, predicate noun. That is Alexander. Linking verb or state of being verb, that is the subject. Alexander is a noun coming after a linking verb, so that, predicate noun, predicate nominative. Benjamin Franklin was the first postmaster general of the United States. Was. So we're looking for predicate adjective or predicate nominative. This is a noun, renaming Ben Franklin. By the way, that's a picture of Martin Luther. All right, Henry VIII was second Tudor ruler of England. So was. And ruler is renaming Henry, and it's a noun. All right, bottom. Write the correct pronouns in the sentence. In the blanks before the numbers, write the job of the pronoun. Because just because it's a pronoun, it can be doing something. It's always doing something. It's acting like a noun. Sometimes pronouns also, possessive pronouns can act as adjectives. But I don't think we're going to have that here because I don't see adjective as an option. All right, should the captain be? The captain should be, so here, should be, all right? This is how I know what to do. That's a state of being verb, okay? Captain is the, or captains are the subject, right? So this would be a predicate nominative, renaming the captain. And predicate nominatives, you want to use nominative case, which is they. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Nominative case. Samantha and blank won the game. So here's the verb, won, an action verb, and you have Samantha and somebody as the subject. Subject needs nominative case. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. The principal called blank boys to the office. So notice here we have, oh, by the way, let's just get rid of to the office so we don't even look at it. Called is an action verb. Principal is the subject, and he called boys, right? Or he called we boys or us boys. Well, this is what he called is the direct object. I should put that above, but I don't have room. So object, direct object, objective case. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. So it's us. If you got rid of the word boys, it would sound right. The principal called us to the office. That's a direct object. I'm going to get rid of that right here, just so I have room. All right, Mike Reagan sits between Brandon and blank. Oh, guess what? Between Brandon and blank is a prepositional phrase. So in a prepositional phrase, well, this would make it the object of the preposition. You want to use objective case. Do you see the word object? Objective case. Me, you, him, her, it. Us, you, them. Me. Okay. Mrs. Shipton told Samuel and blank the story. So told is an action verb, right? Of David and Goliath. All right. So Mrs. Shipton is the subject, and she told a story to Samuel and blank. These two are the direct object, indirect object. So object, objective case, me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them, me, and we say it's an indirect object. All right, next page. More. Okay, here we go. The man, this is good though, because these are hard. The man that got the parking ticket is blank. All right, so is the verb, right? Man is This is like a little phrase in between. You'll learn about those later. Man is, so that's a subject, linking verb or state of being verb. So this will be renaming or describing. So we're using he, so it's a predicate nominative. I'm going to put PN right here. For nominative, you use nominative case. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, he. Okay? All right, number 7. Can the noisemakers be? Change it to a sentence. The noisemakers be, subject, verb. So this is going to be a predicate nominative because it's a pronoun. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Nominative case. Blank boys. All right, so this is, I think it's kind of positive here. And but that was not one. But what it's doing is it's part of the subject. Boys went. We went. So the subject would always be a nominative case. No. Yeah, we. I'm sorry. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Sorry. Did you and blank see the fireworks? You did. See is the verb. You and I, subject. Or you and, oh, she or her. You want to use nominative case. Subject. The Wrights live up the street from the Blythes and blank. By the way, up the street and from the Blythes are all prepositional phrases. So the Wrights live, subject and verb. Oh, from Blythes and Blythe. I missed that. Let me get rid of this. This is all part of the prepositional phrase, isn't it? So prepositional phrase, it's the object of the preposition. Use objective case, us. Those bicycles belong to Hannah and blank. To Hannah and blank. Prepositional phrase. So another object of the preposition. Use objective case, me. And if you got rid of Hannah, you could hear it. To me. You wouldn't say to I. Blank and his sister were injured. Were injured. These are all the subject. Compound subject. We use nominative case. We use he. The missionary showed slides. To, we are us church members. Prepositional phrase. So object of the preposition, and that would be us. Olivia, Abigail, and blank have been rehearsing. Action verb there. But we have a compound subject here. All three of these are the subject. So use nominative case, she. And if you were confused, you could just get rid of those. How would it sound? Would you say her have been rehearsing or she has been rehearsing? So you would use, it's the subject. Our new housekeeper will be either Mrs. Jackson or she or her. So will be is a state of being verb. Housekeeper is the subject. So we're looking for a predicate nominative after there because we're using pronouns. Will be, so predicate nominative, nominative case, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. All right. Let me, ooh, lots. Let's just diagram number 5. It's a nice big one. We'll diagram it. So my uncle in Kansas, here's a prepositional phrase, grows. So uncle grows, and what does he grow? That and that. And, oh, and we have a compound sentence. Uncle in Georgia grows peaches. So we have 2 sentences here. I will try my best to fit it on here. I can't write up top. Boy, I don't even know if I can do this. Can I write there? I'll try to write right there. All right. Here we go. So uncle, right? Oh, yeah, grows. I'm going to write on the picture. All right, so he grows. I'm going to make this a little shorter here. Sorry. Not the best. If I was doing this permanently, I would make a blank page for all this. So we have a direct object, and you're going to split that up into two. And he grows wheat. And I know I'm doing this with you, but if you could get a piece of paper, do it on your own with me. You can pause me. It'll be good practice. So there's our first sentence. We can put my here. And I think that's it. Oh, in Kansas. Your uncle, where he lives. The uncle in Kansas. I'm going to abbreviate Kansas. Not now. Ryden, go in the living room and please be quiet. All right, now we're going to connect it with an and it's going to connect in the verb of the next one. So uncle, my, and he also grows. And what does he grow? Just peaches. I hope you can see that. There you go. There's a compound sentence. I think I got all the words. All right, let's go to the next page, which I believe is the last page. Whoops. Let's see. 217, 219, 218. Where's 219? Let's see if I can. There it is. It got. We took the picture backwards. Okay. Reviewing adjectives and preparing for adverbs. All right. Underline the complements in the following sentence. Okay. Here we go. This is crazy. I'm going to do them all with you because these are so hard. And I don't want you to forget it by next year. All right. The soccer team celebrated their victory after. Okay. I'm going to use this section to go back to my old way of labeling sentences. Get rid of prepositional phrases first. Find the subject. Determine if it's action or state of being. Don't forget helping verbs. Find the subject. At that point, you're going to look for direct objects or predicate nominatives or predicate adjectives. Right? Direct objects if the verb was action, right? And predicate nominatives and predicate adjectives if the verb was state of being. And then 5, you're going to look for indirect objects. All right? So let's look at number 1. The soccer team celebrated their victory after the game. Number 1, let's get rid of the prepositional phrase. We can decide later if it's adjective or adverb, which it's adjective. It's coming right after victory. Find the verb. Celebrated, it's action. All right? Find the subject, which is just team. The and soccer would describe it. Now, because it's action, I'm going to look for a direct object. What did they celebrate? Victory. And there would just be an adjective for victory also. Okay? Number 2. The man is my father's best friend. No prepositional phrase. Find the verb. It's state of being. Find the subject. So because it's state of being, I'm going to look for a predicate noun or a predicate adjective. And friend is the noun, so it's a predicate nominative. Father and my would be adjectives for friend. The book about the missionaries. Oh, wait. Okay. Had to pause for a second. The book about the missionaries, there's prepositional phrase, was exciting and inspiring. So I look at verb, state of being, subject. So because it was state of being, I want to look for predicate adjectives or nouns. Exciting and inspiring are adjectives. So these are predicate adjectives, both of them. My dad gave me some good advice. No prepositional phrase. Gave is action. Dad gave. And what did he, because it's action, I'm going to look for a direct object, right? And possibly an indirect object. So he gave what? He gave advice. Does it say who he gave advice? To whom? To me. So me is the indirect. And then some and good would just be adjectives for advice. I bought a new watch on Monday. On Monday, prepositional phrase, describing when you bought. So that would actually be an adverb phrase there, even though it's coming after watch. All right, bought, action verb. I bought, and what did you buy? You bought a watch. Okay, and new would just describe watch. A refreshing shower. The refreshing showers and gentle breezes are invigorating. No prepositional phrase. Are is the state of being verb. We have two subjects here. We have breezes and showers, and all the other words there are describing them. Because I have a state of being verb, I'm going to look for a predicate noun or a predicate adjective. Invigorating is an adjective, so it would be a predicate adjective. Is he the tallest boy on the team? On the team is a prepositional phrase. Questions can be a little confusing, but don't forget when you can make it a statement. He is the tallest boy. So is, he is, the subject is going to come after the verb in a question. He is, that is a state of being verb. So I'm looking up for a predicate nominative or a predicate adjective. They have the word boy, so that's a predicate nominative, and tallest would be an adjective for boy, just a regular adjective. My mom and sister are my best friends. No prepositional phrase. Are, state of being verb, with sister and mom being a compound subject. Are, I'm going to look for a predicate nominative or predicate adjective. I have friends. That's a noun. And my and best would be adjectives for friends. Our teacher handed us the new assignment. No prepositional phrase. Handed is an action verb. Teacher handed what? She handed an assignment. That's the direct object. Because I have an action verb, I'm looking for direct objects and indirect objects, okay? She handed an assignment to us. And the and new would just describe the direct object. The sandwiches tasted delicious after a long hike, prepositional phrase. Tasted here is being used as a linking verb because the sandwiches aren't actually tasting. It's just saying how they are. Subject, so linking verb, I'm looking for an predicate adjective or nominative after it, and delicious is an adjective. All right, last section together. Draw a circle around each adjective phrase. Make sure it starts with a preposition and ends with a noun or a pronoun. Oh, these are so easy for us because we've been doing this all year. And we're not going to bother the diagram, okay? All right, so the house on the corner, we just get to prime prepositional phrases. And then we determine, is it adjective or is it adverb? Well, it's describing the house, right? So I'm going to write adverb there. I don't know if we have to do that. I mean adjective, sorry. But I'm going to. Our neighbor trimmed the branches on his elm tree. Okay, that's describing the branches. So be adjective. I'm going to go fast. She prepared fried, because we know this. She prepared fried chicken and mashed potatoes with gravy. Yummy. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm getting hungry. And that's describing the potatoes. The boy beside Mrs. Taylor is my brother. Beside Mrs. Taylor, describing the boy, so it's adjective. They're all going to be adjective, by the way, aren't they? Matt and his dad are rebuilding the old car in their garage, describing the car. History is one of my favorite classes, describing one, adjective. Some of the team members have not arrived. Of the team members, describing some. The window above the bookcase. Are you guys professional prepositional phrase finders after your year with me? I hope so, because I can guarantee if you can get rid of them, the rest becomes a little easier. About forgiveness. I remember always having kind of a little bit iffiness about prepositional phrases until I had someone pound in my head, teach your kids to do that first, and it even helped me. So the sermon was about forgiveness. If you get this at 11 and 12 years old, You're ahead of the game. Many. Adjective. Oh, how about for their book report? The books. All right. I think we got them all. All right. I think we've done it all today. And I think we're finally finished. And hopefully I'll see you guys this summer.